Hi, my friend. Quick video here on the new moon in Leo, which just peaked a few hours ago. I'm going to give you the top 3 things to know about this new moon cycle and how you want to work with this cycle in terms of your creative power and bringing your manifestations into physical form in the world, because there's a lot of support for that in this upcoming lunar cycle. So to start, this new moon is in the sign of Leo, which is all about joy, radiance, expressiveness, your creativity, that joyful connection to your creativity, like when you were a kid, splashing in the rain puddles and just joyfully doing what you're doing and being who you're being. That's the energy of this new moon. And that's the energy I'm going to invite you to connect to tap into in whatever way you can, if you choose to ritualize this new moon or simply holding it as an awareness as you move forward in the next few weeks. This energy of play, of joy, of being who you are, that is the power, that is the energy of this new moon cycle. And I'll invite you to notice where there is some kind of newness to this. Where is there a reset that is, or that you could choose to hit, that is about a new level of your joyful, pure expression of being you in the world. That's what you're here to do. And that's what this new moon cycle is celebrating. So that's the first thing to know, is that joyful, creative, playful energy. Again, if you ritualize this new moon, I would invite it in some way with play, with creativity, with expressing boldly and in a big way, if you choose, who you are, who you're being. Let that energy come through. Second thing to be aware of with this new moon is actually the way that Mars is interacting with it. Mars represents our physical body, first of all. I mean, we experience that joy and that way of living in a physical body, right? Mars is about our physical body. It's about our physical energy, passion, rage, sexuality. It's also about physical creation in the world. So Mars energy is very much about how you actually, on a very practical level, manifest and create what you're up to, the actual building of the structures, that kind of energy. So this new moon in joyful, exuberant Leo is in a sextile, which is a working, powerful, productive relationship with the very physical energy of Mars. So you may be feeling this new moon in a very physically energized way. And depending how this hits your personal chart, that will tell you more about what that might look like. But I'm going to invite you to tune into what your physical energy is like and what it wants to do and how it wants to express. I'm thinking dance and movement could be very powerful, very supportive here. But going beyond that, this new moon cycle, because of the joyful creative energy pouring through, because of the powerful working relationship with Mars, is like a burst of energy to create, and to create through that sheer joy of being. The way that creative energy happens, the way you are designed to be who you are and allow your creations to just pour through. That's what's up this new moon cycle. And I'm going to give you a couple of dates to look at to perhaps spur any additional insight here. A couple of weeks back, on July 15th, Mars came into a conjunction with Uranus. So in that transit, we were thinking about the physical body, that physical energy, meeting up with the lightning-like electric otherworldly download energy of Uranus. And depending how this transit impacted you, you might have felt that as some physical shakeups, as some downloads coming in, as new levels of creative energy pouring through, something in that realm. But I want to invite you to look back to July 15th, give or take a couple of days, and just notice if there was anything in your experience, in your story, that was an interesting shift at that time, because this new moon, with its working relationship with Mars, would be like a further activation of any new levels of waking up to higher consciousness that may have happened for you around July 15th. So hold that. And then coming up on August 14th, Mars is going to conjunct Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of our expansion, of our goodness, all the enjoyable goodness, wonderfulness of being in the body, in the world. It's also about things getting bigger. And Mars conjuncting Jupiter is like an increase in whatever is going on for you that relates to what I've just been talking about, your creative energy pouring through, perhaps some kind of new wake up or elevation or movement forward on or around July 15th. Notice August 14th, if you want to make a note of that date, where whatever story you're in may want to be expanded. And this can also mean challenges can feel big because Jupiter just makes everything bigger. And I say that to remind you that that's okay too. If things feel a little bit over the top, we're keeping it grounded, keeping it in the body, and allow whatever new forms of creative expression are wanting to come through you to pour through and expand at even bigger levels. So that's all happening in this lunar cycle, which again is all about the joy, the radiance, the expressive energy of your creation. And I'll invite you to notice today, or as you watch this video, what newness is starting for you in this realm, because that's what this new moon is about. And I'll invite you to celebrate that, to reflect on where's there a new level of your creativity showing up. Last thing about this new moon for now. This new moon is, oh, I got two more things. Okay, 4, not 3. It's in a sextile with the South Node. Is that right? Let me double check this. Yeah, this new moon's in a loose sextile with the South Node, which is about a release of the past. So what has been inhibiting your joy? What has been inhibiting that pure creative energy pouring through? This new moon is an invitation and an energetic portal and opening to deeply release that. And there is additional support to this very deep release going on, because the last thing I'm going to share is that at the same time as we have this new moon doing all these interesting things with Mars, with the South Node, on the other side of the chart, we've got Neptune and Pluto hanging out in a sextile. Neptune represents your spiritual connection. Pluto represents going to the very deepest part of who you are to completely release and transform. So there's a way that there is also an energetic opening and invitation for going deep through your spiritual practice to truly release what's not serving you. And this is all about this joyful, expressive, creative energy coming through more fully, more completely. So ultimately, this is a celebratory and expressive new moon. This is always going to land in your experience in a way that interacts with whatever your experience is in this moment. And if your story right now is not one of feeling joy, of feeling expressive goodness, honor whatever is happening, because whatever is arising with this new moon is going to be about whatever is standing in the way a bit. It's not really in the way, but as humans, we're funny creatures. Whatever is arising to be released so that this pure creative joy, life force energy can flow through so much more strongly. So I'll invite you with the release of this new moon to allow and surrender in the deepest ways to what wants to be released so that this joy can pour through. And allow yourself, if you are feeling the joy, celebrate that, express it, play, create, love, feel into the depths of this goodness, and allow yourself to expand even bigger through this upcoming lunar cycle that is all about letting that joyful, creative energy pour through you. Thank you so much for sharing this bit of time with me. Please like and subscribe if this has been helpful, and feel free to let me know in the comments how this new moon is landing for you. Take great care, and I will see you soon.